There are certain things you can do for your everyday carry that will keep you making an immediate upgrade to a brand new item. I'm not saying I'm going to save you money. I'm saying I'm going to keep your legacy item with you because I got 5 upgrades that I think will make your experience that much better with shit that you already own. My name is Marine X. Let's talk about the first one. I'm in the middle of making the upgrade right now. Listen, I just put my 1000th round through my Beretta PX4 Storm 40 caliber, and it's time. I punched out the sight, and that was a job and a half just getting that out. I had to get a sight puncher, and I thought about going with with the Landon tactical mods, and I ended up going with the outer impact plate, and we're going to, for the first time, put an optic on one of my handguns. That is a stretch for me to even say or think about, but we're going to be doing that. We have the O-Sight XR, and we're going to be swapping out my light that I currently have on the weapon right now, which is, I have the Nikkor. This is the NPL 25, which is a fan-freaking-tastic light, but we're going to swap it out with the O-Light. This is the PLX, and everybody's going crazy on this thing. We're gonna try it out. But this is what I call keeping my legacy weapon, because I really freaking like it, but allowing for me to still get usefulness out of trying something new. So that's like the main reason why I even want to kind of give this a go, just to kind of punch out, make sure I set this up correctly. And it's a pretty easy process. If you own handguns or even anything with like sights that were put in at factory, my recommendation is to get yourself a puncher so that you can punch out some of your own sights. So that's one thing to do. The next thing I want to talk to you about is your knife, okay? If you have a knife that has let's talk about fixed blades first. Let's say, for instance, you have a fixed blades and it has a Kydex sheath already, or a leather sheath or whatever. Maybe you get yourself a different way to carry your knife itself. So this one comes with a through the belt type of carrier, but maybe, and this is my Montana knife company. This is the Blackfoot, one of their OG knives that I've had for quite a while. Big fan of this knife. But maybe you want to be able to carry it a different way, especially if you have a smaller knife. This is the Benchmade Hidden Canyon, and this is a knife that has a fantastic Kydex sheath, but it just doesn't do it justice to not have an Alti clip on there. So now we have an Alti clip on this one, and this one makes it a lot more pocket friendly to be able to just throw it in the back, the rear back pocket. Very small upgrade, but it keeps me keeping those same items. Let's just say, for instance, you have a Benchmade bug out. You have the Grivery scales that come with it. You're kind of like, ah, man, X, I've had my bug out for a long time. I've been thinking about getting another one. I keep seeing these YouTubers and all the other type of stuff. Listen, just upgrade your scales. You can buy scales from Benchmade themselves, or you can get authorized resellers like Blade HQ or any of these third-party places that make scales as well. And get yourself a set of scales. And then while you're in there, maybe you decide to upgrade your Omega springs or repair them or make sure they're still good to go. Or you can send your knife into Benchmade and have them change your scales and just pay a small fee. And that does it also. So these are the nice Sunburst aluminum scales that I've had for a very long time. I bought this already to put together. But if I really wanted to, you could take it apart, get new scales for your knife, make it just that much better. Oh, I forgot how much I love this knife. But that's like one way to kind of do that. Now, another thing that you could do is you can do subtle upgrades to something like your watch. And shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Bear. And this particularly is their S5 Tactical Field Watch. The thing about this one, this is the little brother to some of my favorite watches out here right now, which is the C5 Tactical Field Watch and the A5 Tactical Field Watch. Now, I say little brother because it just is missing a couple of features, which does make it almost upgrade ready. You still get 2 watch straps. You're still getting a lockdown, screw down crown. You're still getting some of that fantastic goodness of just having a great quartz movement. The only difference with this one is, unlike its big brother, the C5 Tactical, this one's not assembled in America, but I like the fact you're still getting 2 watch straps to where you could swap it out if you wanted to. So even if I want to do a slight upgrade, I can throw on some khaki ones if I wanted to. Maybe I can even upgrade to a nice tropical strap like I have here on the C5, or you can get a bracelet from their website like I have here on the A5. You can always mix it up and just give yourself a nice taste of trying out something new with your watch. And I love the fact the price point on this makes it so that if you get this, you can still do those subtle changes, still gonna have the date calculation on there, still big, easy to read watch face at 40 millimeters. This is a fantastic watch and it's ready for your upgrades over the years to come. Shout out to Ver for sponsoring today's video. Easy recommendation for subtly upgrading your analog watch. That's like an easy thing that I would recommend. Keeps you legacy in that same item and just kind of makes it that much better. Now, there may be things that you've had for a long time and you just can't see yourself getting rid of it. And one of, for me personally, is my Leatherman Free P4, but we got to keep it real. The Leatherman Free P4 does not include a bit driver. Well, mine does, because I upgraded it with a little purchase from eBay. And now I can use the 4 millimeter bits right here. I can use quarter bits up here. I can use Leatherman's bits by putting it in that quarter bit slot. So, I mean, I'm pretty good to go. It locks just like the tool that comes, the 3 tools I took out of this bad boy. But it just makes it so that although you may have an itch to get the arc, you may have an itch to get the Wave Alpha, you could just make it feel new by swapping out some of the tools on here. You can even swap out the blade if you really want to. If you really want to upgrade this blade and get yourself, you can buy a Magna Cut, you can buy a 14C 28N. There's all sorts of folks that are making third-party stuff that makes it just that much better, and where you can rock out and just make it happen. And then we got to talk about a final upgrade to those that maybe you're not necessarily thinking about your knives. You're not thinking about your multi-tools or anything like that. One thing I can say is you can get yourself like a switchback for your flashlight. I'm about to order one now and I'll put some B-roll over the screen. They make a lot of different models that you can come through and get yourself an upgrade for your current flashlight. I have the Streamlight Pro Tag 2AX. I've already done one subtle upgrade with this, because if you buy this on Amazon or wherever you get it from, depending on which model you get, it does not come with this rechargeable battery. It comes with 2 AA alkaline batteries, matter of fact. You can upgrade it and get the rechargeable lithium ion battery that gives it more output, and it's 10 tap programmable. But then they have the switchback, which makes it perfect for using with a weapon, because with a switchback ring, you can hold your weapons, throw the actual flashlight out of your waist, swap mags, and throw the magazine back or throw the flashlight back, and so you can have it out in front of you at all times. Subtle upgrade keeps you keeping your legacy item without having to just completely go get a new flashlight, but it makes it feel new all over again. So those are a couple of suggestions. One bonus item: get rid of the jingling keys. Okay, I think an easy recommendation is get yourself like the Orbit Key Pro, and that's just gonna make it so your keys don't jingle. Or you can also add something subtle onto your stuff like the wingback cache system, which inside of this lovely racing green little shell right here, I have a secret $20 bill stashed in there just in case I need it. Grab that out of there with a pair of tweezers or just with my fingertips, and then I'm kind of good to go. But what do you think are some things that are already a part of your everyday carry that will keep you from getting gear acquisition syndrome or FOMO, fear of missing out? I'm always making subtle upgrades to shit that I already own, even if I'm already getting new shit. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the Battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.